joining us here at this media availability for the 2024 Orange County Oath of Office ceremony, where two of our county commissioners were re-sworn in and one newly sworn in commissioner. We're so glad that you are here with us today. We will begin this media availability with a few words from our mayor, Mayor Jerry L. Demings. Mayor?
All right, thank you, Dr. Williamson. To all of you, thank you for being here. This is an exciting day for us here within Orange County. It's a new day in the history of our county with a very, very diverse board of county commissioners. We are standing here together today in unity. All 7 of us are here. What we are going to do at this time is open it up for any questions that you may have. We have 3 commissioners who were sworn in today, 3 returning commissioners as well who are here. So with that, why don't we just open it up for any questions or comments that you may have at this time.
Dr. Simrad, since you're the newest commissioner, what are your priorities leading into your first term here in office?
So both my priorities are basically, I'm looking at improving quality of life, basically through our local economy. I'm a tourism expert, and looking at how we can best use tourism to help have a very vibrant local economy, and then also sustainable smart development and making sure that we're protecting our environment. I believe we're only as healthy as our environment is, and we have some work to do with it.
Can you expand what work do you see going forward with this, say, the next 6 months that you as a commissioner want to prioritize?
So first and foremost is looking at revitalizing our urban core area, particularly along the job corridor, making sure that we get mass transit that works for everybody, affordable housing in the right areas to make sure that people can live and work in the same area, and then also making sure that we have some environmental ordinance improvements just to make sure that we're protecting our wetlands and making sure we're not flooding ourselves out. So I'm really excited to venture down the road of where we join economic with environment.
Thank you, Doctor. Commissioner Uribe? Same question. What's your priority for your second and final term?
I think it's very important. Transportation to me is really the first and forefront that we have got to be handling right now. If you can't connect people, if they can't get to work, they can't get to school, that is a major, major threshold that'll only help us economically, but also will help us with housing. I still believe that workforce attainable housing where folks in Orange County can have one job and be able to live in this county is #1 priority. And I think that while we do all of that, we need to do smart growth and protect our precious resources while we do that. And I think it can all be done together.
And how would we go about doing that, at least starting the process? None of these things that anyone's saying is going to be quick.
Right. Well, I think we, following the mayor's legacy, is transportation has been a key point, and also housing. And I think that we have made strides with the private and public partnership to make that happen quicker. Because you're right, you can't always depend on government to take way too long to get it done. But I also want to commend our county for actually requiring responsible growth and keeping that measure. And the voters just confirmed that when they voted for the rural boundary, and they also voted against the annexation. We want accountability in our lands, because when you look around today and you see flooding in areas that never flooded before, we've got to be conscious of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Wilson, I know that you had a very tough re-election. I remember talking to you the night of the election.
Yeah, I'm so grateful to be here. And it's interesting, I'm listening to my colleagues. I'm so proud of this board, the entire board that I stand here with right now. Really, over part of the tension I had about getting back here was that we do know that government moves slow, but the goals that we've laid out have been directives from our residents. The citizens of Orange County have spoken again and again about the need for good environmental protections, for making sure we understand where stormwater is going, and then realizing that all water is a resource and that we need to quit treating it like garbage. And continuing to work on even layering our special protection areas like Shingle Creek and the St. Johns River Basin. These are specific things that we have now time to get done in the next few years to ensure that the next generation of Orange County residents can thrive and enjoy.
And you can probably predict my next question and just say, how would you go about at least starting that process? Because obviously, all your goals obviously are not going to be happening overnight.
Well, no, and many of these things have already started. And that's the part that I think is so important for people to realize, that when you look at a 3-year, stint before you start that reelection process, that the goals that were laid out and the things that we began to work on, in 2020, 2019, that they are coming to fruition just now. I mean, we just recently passed the Wetland Protection Ordinance. We are now looking at charter amendments that we understood as a Board of County Commission that the voters wanted to see on their ballot. They passed. Now we have the obligation to uphold those and make sure that we are following those governing documents to protect our environment. So, yeah, I mean, we know that the bureaucracy does move slow, but that's on purpose because we have to do it the right way. We have to make sure things are done to withhold challenge, to withhold the test of time, and to protect the quality of life of all future residents and current residents.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
You good? Any?
Yes. Roxana from La Prensa Mujer. I have a question for Sembra, Dr. Sembra. Today is your first day inauguration, okay? And what is your first issue to put today in the commissioner?
In today's meeting?
Yes.
Today's meeting involves Commissioner Bonilla issued a memo for a moratorium on church development in the rural areas. So that is a discussion item that will come before the board from Commissioner Bonilla's memo.
What is your expectation about the commissioner? To work together?
To work with the other commissioners? Absolutely. That is my, I'm super excited. I think that the entire commission has so many strengths and so many values as individuals and collectively. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Commissioner, I got a question. Talk a little bit about some of your biggest takeaways on the campaign trail. What are some of the things that the voters are talking about? Could you share that?
Yeah. So coming hot off of the campaign trail, some of the big issues that we hear about are so reflective of these 10 county charter amendments. The CRC that reviewed all of these amendments, they put together great packages, but those are the stories that people are talking about at the doors, right? They want to see more affordable housing. They want to have a mass transit system that will work, and we took 2 really important steps with those. They want to see their parks protected. They want to stop urban sprawl, so they passed a rural boundary. They did not agree with the city of Orlando annexing 52,000 acres of our most pristine wetlands. So they stood up, and I mean, those are the messages that you hear at the door, and what they really are looking for are people candidates. People who are going to stand up here as individuals and as regular people and advocate for people that they see that need help in their community. And those are the stories that they're looking for. And so I'm privileged to be able to be sitting in the commissioner seat in District 5 to help fight for those people and causes.
Yeah, today has got to be a surreal moment for you because you're been on the other side. But share a little bit share your thoughts on this is your first day and you're about to have to sit in that commission seat. Could you share your thoughts on that?
It's overwhelming because the path to get there was a very long, winding road with a lot of ups and downs. And eventually, I think as a person in my community, I got to the point where I wouldn't have slept good on the night of election night if the wrong person was in the seat. And I felt like I owed it to my community to try to fight for that seat. And so this campaign was really run on passion. And passion had no end in that tank. And so we ran a really hard campaign, and we did it. So I'm just proud to be sitting in the seat. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. Well, if there are no other questions, we'll conclude by saying thank you for joining us today. Obviously, if you wanted to do any one-on-ones with any of our commissioners here, they're available for that as well. Thank you.